Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba. The story of the physical track meet stabbing is gaining attention from around the country after a 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony was accused of fatally stabbing another student athlete, Austin Metcalf, after a dispute. If you're not familiar with the story, the altercation between Anthony and Metcalf reportedly began after Metcalf told Anthony to move from their team's tent. Now, according to ABC News, witnesses reported that Anthony allegedly reached inside his bag and said, "Touch me and see what happens." That same source also reports that when Metcalf grabbed Anthony to move him, Anthony allegedly pulled out a black knife and stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Now, due to the unique dynamics of the story, many have labeled this a racial and political issue, with many supporting Anthony claiming self-defense. Now, the victim's father, Jeff, was one to come out on multiple news platforms to deny the situation stemmed from race and politics. Eddie Griffin would cover the story on a new episode of his series NNN, and he would go on to take the father's side. Additionally, Griffin would end up condemning Anthony for even using a knife instead of fighting.
I want to clarify something right off the start because I've already heard some rumors and some gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing.
There's reports that, they were bullying the stabber, and that's why he stabbed him. If you get bullied, just knuckle up. Why is it always weapons involved with these little retarded children? You got a gun, you shoot it. You got a knife, you stab a motherfucker. He was just talking to you.
The story appears to have many divided on social media, particularly when it comes to the issue of race, despite the victim's father stating race didn't apply and Griffin agreeing. Tariq Nasheed would add his commentary on social media site X and would immediately bring up how he thinks race applies. He wrote, "A suspected white supremacist named Austin Metcalf, pictured with his twin, allegedly demanded honor student Karmelo Anthony give up his seat, like it was the Jim Crow era. Karmelo defended himself from the alleged threat. The Daniel Penny case set this precedent." Taking the opposite approach, conservative commentator Matt Walsh would write, "If I told you that a young man stabbed another young man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other black, and then I asked you had to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it. And it's time that we speak honestly about it or nothing will ever change." Another social media user, Bishop Talbot Swan, will use 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse as an example that many conservatives rally behind. He would say, "Y'all said 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse was justified in killing two people with an AR-15 because he felt threatened. 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony was defending himself when he killed Austin with a knife. And y'all think he deserves to go to prison? I wonder why." So what do you guys think about Eddie Griffin's stance on condemning 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony for stabbing Austin Metcalf instead of fighting at this track meet? Do you think Anthony did this in self-defense? And we have to ask, how much does race play a factor in this story? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. And if you enjoyed this story, you can always send us a super thanks by hitting the button below, and you can tip us what you want to show your support. Reporting live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.